thank you for being here. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you want to go around and introduce yourselves a little bit and what you play and your name.
Okay, my name is Duffy, and I play guitar and Kal-El.
Yeah, I'm the captain. I do the lead vocals.
My name is Budas, and I do the buckets.
Right on. All right. Thank you. I'm excited to have you guys here. Dark Majesty just came out, and it's awesome. I've been a fan of you guys for a while, and I was super excited to see you guys have some new music coming out. And in my opinion, I've spent the last week listening to all of your records from start to finish, and this one might be my favorite. It's got everything. It kind of takes all the things that I loved about your band, and it kind of fine tunes it just a little bit. I think it came out super well. Spiral really gets my dick hard. That song is perfect. It's catchy, it's fuzzy, it's heavy, it's everything you want, especially in a Kal-El song. So well done, and congratulations on the record.
We were just talking about before the podcast, because Budas doesn't understand why that song is gets so much praises. And when we were making it, the riff that goes that's like
Woody Woodpecker.
Woody Woodpecker. And then we also have the after the first chorus, you have this Kiss riff coming, and so we just matched, and also we have the Maiden twin guitar thing. So it's we just put everything good in that song, and for some reason it works.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to unhear Woody the Woodpecker now after hearing that, but
we have the same
every time you hear that. It's my riff, and I just after I did the riff, this is. Oh, okay.
Woody Woodpecker.
Woodpecker. Okay, cool.
Woody the Woodpecker has never sounded better, though. It's never sounded better or heavier. So yeah, that's awesome. I love that song, but the whole record is good, and it's got a little bit of everything. It's got the heavy doom kind of stuff, but it's also super catchy and fun. It's a fun record to listen to. It's not just dark for the sake of dark. It's it's got that desert space rock to it, while still being super heavy and fun to listen to. And all your records are. So did you approach this one any differently, or was this just kind of let's go in there and do our thing?
Well, this time we have two guitar players. And, it's no secret that these two guitar players might be a bit more skilled than the one that left the band. They got different styles of playing as well. So when we start to, belting out riffs and stuff like that, these guys were approaching the riffs quite differently than maybe we did before, and that's how it kind of shaped into the ways they shaped into. And obviously everybody has their own say in how the riff should be played, and we debated back and forth, and the best outcome is what you hear on the record, pretty much. You're talking about it's a dark record. Well, yeah, it's probably the darkest record that we have. Lyrically, it's pretty dark. We kind of moved away from the sci-fi meaning of the lyrics, but the metaphor is there, if you like.
It's dark in a fun way, though. It's dark in a fun way. It's not dark and depressing. It's dark and fun, in my opinion.
It's not supposed to be depressing. It's supposed to be fun, but give people something to listen to that they like and love, and maybe share it to somebody else. It's not our point is not to make something dark that people go out and slice their hands open or fucking kill themselves or stupid shit like
Preferably
that.
Not.
It's all fun and games, dude. It's supposed to be fun, and we having fun doing it. So hopefully people listening to it having fun too.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that definitely comes across. You mentioned the sci-fi thing. You've always been a more sci-fi related band. The artwork, the song titles, the lyrics is all kind of based around the space rock thing. But I noticed that this album looks a little different. And I know you use Steven Yoyada for the cover, who we all know. We see him everywhere and love all this stuff.
Yeah,
Did the same person do all the records previous? Were they all the same artist, or were they different?
It's the same artist did the 3 first record, the 4 first record, the demo, the Kal-El one, Ecosphere, and Astra Lumina, and Witches of Mars is done by the same artist. And we tried to capture somewhat the the B movie kind of vibe to it, if you like. I guess we probably got it the best on the last he did with the Witches of Mars cover. That's pretty B movie theme
For sure.
to me.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to try something different. So this dude Stephen Yada approached me and said that he does paintings and stuff, and he wanted to show me something. And he showed me, I think the first one he showed us was the Woofat poster for Australia.
Yeah.
With the mammoth thing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, I like the way he draws. And he wanted to make a single cover, so we made a single cover for Witches of Mars, and we just fucking loved that one. And we kind of agreed on giving him some more work, and here we are. We've done five jobs for so far.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
All of them are amazing. So
Yeah.
Big shout out to Steven there.
Yeah.
He's a beast, and we've mentioned him a handful of times on the podcast already. He does a lot of bands artwork, and he kills it every time. But I noticed this one definitely had a different look than the previous albums, while still remaining in that same like sci-fi realm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, it's important to kind of have some kind of red thread through it all, because obviously the lyrics are sci-fi themed, and where they come from is small stories that I write in my spare time, and they are all very sci-fi related, and we are sci-fi nerds, at least me and him. We love everything sci-fi, so we watch all kind of movies and are pretty much into all that shit. So why do something else when this is the stuff that pretty much. But if you read the lyrics, there's something underneath there, if you like.
Mm-hmm. Has that been the theme since the start? We're going to be a sci-fi band. Have you ever thought about going a different direction, or is this just this is the band, this is what we're into?
Because everybody else sings about war and fucking shit like that. So why not be a fun band with something non-important stuff that everybody can relate to in some form of passion?
Yeah, I agree, and I think it sets you guys apart. And not just the theme, but even in sound. I was talking to a few other bands, and it's an easy way to review an album is to compare them to another band and to get a kind of a reference point. And it's so hard to do with you guys. I feel like there's not too many bands that sound like you, but also not too many bands that dial in the sci-fi thing like you guys do. So in my opinion, it's you guys set yourself apart in a lot of different ways. It's hard to compare you to a lot else.
Thank you, I guess. Thank you. Well, of course, we are influenced by everybody out there, so we might just, rearrange it and think differently when the riff's in your head, maybe. I don't know.
But I like, when it comes to sound, I personally really like huge sounds, right? So you can listen when you listen to my drum sound. I really like the drums to have a meaning in the song, because the drums are paving the way for the song in many ways, right? So if you have like a really anonymous drum sound, it kind of chokes the song. But if you have like a drum sound that's always in the kind of in your face. In your face, or in your it's always there to punch you in the chest all the way, even though you have to slow down, go up, all the dynamics and all that. You really have to. If you have a crappy drum sound, you can. It's choose or lose, right? It's just they could be the best song in the world, but if you have a crap drum sound, the song could be really, right?
we
And then if you have like a really good and this, it can lift the song. So what I'm saying is that I am the most important person in this band.
yeah. Also,
So
when we were recording, he had some new skins on his tom, and the producer was like, I do not like those skins. They sound like shit. And he was like, no, I want them like that. It's gonna be great. And I was sitting like, I don't really like them either. But okay, well, it's his choice. If he wants to play on them, then. And
was I wrong?
No, you were not. So when we started to listen to the mixes, I was like, I'm not mentioning those toms because they were sounding like. And also a thing I wanted to add to that is that when we recorded the drums, it was the four of us in the studio while Ståle was in the producer's booth and singing along. And the dynamic of the drums you can hear it because we were not like, we didn't play on click or anything. We just ran through the song as many times until we were satisfied. And so
and
I think the drums came out great. And what I also like to do is like when we play is like I try to figure out what he's doing and then adjust sometimes my guitar licks or my strumming towards it. Also makes it a bit more interesting.
And so if you listen to Tempo, he is in another room singing, and as we are playing the solos and all the the feel, flow, and grooves parts, he shouts in my ear, now, come on, up with the drums, and then all right, and then that's on the record, right? So he kind of, when he felt like, okay, now you need to put up the pace, right, and boost up everything, because I didn't know, I was just jamming and kind of felt where I was going, but he was like standing there. So now I want to sing. So come on, give me more drums right now. So so you can hear that on a couple of songs actually. So
interesting.
Because, we had 80% of how the songs should be, and so the 20% was like we just made it on the spot in the studio. So
I wouldn't call it improvised. It's more like rearranged, but we originally had the idea for how it was supposed to go. Because sometimes you can stand here in this spot here and listen to the song while you play it, and it feels good. But when you hear it without doing anything, it's like I don't know. And then you start to think and you add to it. And he said that he likes big sound. We do. Not to say anything bad about the sounds of any kind of band, but sometimes I feel that they are like this in their sound, very straightforward. If you listen to it, everything's centered here. We wanted it to be like this, as big as possible. So that's why we got very distinctive guitars in both on both sides. So when you listen to it, it seems very big, and it's very intentional to be like that.
Yeah.
So that's why maybe sounds different from other bands, because they pan it a bit too much to the center. We like it spread out.
Yeah, and also the mixing and the mastering that Ruben did is insane. It's like when you hear the raw tapes after recording it, just try to feel.
Think about how it's gonna get.
And then he comes back with a mix, and it's like, what the hell? Did I do that?
Did we record that? Did you get someone else to do it?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, I don't have anything to complain about, but I have to, because
need to have something.
Yeah.
I need to complain about something.
Right. Because he's done the 3 last records for us, and he knows us now pretty much how we want this sound to be. So when he comes back with a mix, the let's say version 1 of that mix, and it's like it's spot on. It's absolutely he caught everything that we thought and felt and needed, and it's like we gotta go back with something. There's got to be something here that we can't complain about. Because And it's not to be difficult or anything like that. It's just it wasn't back and forth too many times.
No.
A couple of times, and it's like just maybe some feeding was too loud, or
just
some
small
shit like that, yeah.
stuff. So he pretty much delivered what you hear on the record as it is. Just small parts here and there that's been adjusted.
Yeah.
But if you have a question, just ask.
Well, no, I think it
That's
sounds great,
our
man.
main problem. We can just talk and talk and talk and talk.
Go
Should
for
be
it.
glad that me and him is not drinking.
So you guys sound like very much like a live band. You said you record as a band at once, right? And you've obviously been around for a while. I don't know, your first EP or something came out in like 2012. How long were you a band before that?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole story of the band is kind of strange. I'm not going to go into that right now, but let's say there's a bet in the bottom here, which obviously I won. But
that's the important part.
The EP, well, we call it the demo tape, the Dark Space Voyage thingy. We had these 3 songs and we went to record it, and we were pretty green on how it was supposed to sound at that point. All we wanted to do was to play loud. So we recorded that live in the studio and it worked. So we just used that formula ever since, because when you're in that studio and you can feel the vibe from everybody, when you're playing that song, you get lit up, and you give more to the song that you maybe do if you're alone, if you like. So we kind of find, well, that's our way to do it.
Yeah, we don't like click.
No,
we only played click for one song, and that song which is of Mars album, and it was the Incubator. That's played on click.
Yeah, because me and
Why
him
was
are
that?
pretty much the only ones.
Because I played the guitars and drums on that song, all of it. So due to time scheduling thing,
and 2 left the band.
Yeah, people left the band and stuff. So I had to do it myself. And he came in and
I did
guitar
I did some solos and some other arrangements on which is on 3 songs, I think.
But we kind of lose the dynamics when we do the click thing. It doesn't feel right. We can play after click and all that, but it doesn't feel right. It's
get too systematic.
Yeah,
we want it to live and breathe by itself. Yeah. So.
And the genre, I think it works with it. Like we're not doing any like over the top math metal. So
no.
It works, I think, for the sound.
Sure. I know you guys haven't all been together as a band since the beginning, but I wanted to ask you, what was the scene like in 2012 or 2011 or whenever Kal-El kind of came to be? Because I wasn't really into this music back then. I was back in heavy metal, Metallica or something at that point, I'm sure. But, were there a lot of other bands around you doing something similar? Was there a scene at all? Because it's kind of had a resurgence now. But what did it look like? What were the bands around you at that time?
At that point, they were either playing hardcore or Scandi rock.
Or punk.
Or punk rock, yeah. So we didn't fit in that scene whatsoever.
What made you go with the sound that you had? I mean, was it?
I played in a power metal band previous to this, and he was playing in a rock and roll Scandi-ish rock and roll band. And I told the guitar player in the band that I used to play in that now I want to do something different. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Like, I want to do some Black Sabbath-ish stuff. And it's going to be fun. Not killing, not stabbing, not fucking shooting people and stuff like that. I'm sick and tired of that. Let's do something that makes people smile. And I had a few riffs in my drawer at home that band wouldn't touch. They call it the campfire fucking
campfire riffs.
Yeah. Get on with those dancing campfire fucking riffs. And I brought them to the table, and that's some of the songs that you hear on that demo tape. And he had something to add, because he never got listened to in his band either with his riffs. So we kind of put these riffs that we had together and found out that, well, this sounds nice. And we started to experiment with lowering the tuning. So at some point,
we started with drop D
Yeah, and at some point he came to me with this song called Fire Machine, and he said that I played this in C. The whole guitar is tuned in C, and it was like, all right, that's the sound we're going to go for because it was absolutely fucking brilliant. So that's that's how it started.
Yeah. And was
So you knew, you kind of had an idea that you were doing something completely different, or were there other bands that you kind of looked towards as a sound?
No, because I was listening to some of the, well, nowadays it's called stoner rock, but back then when I listened to it, like back in '94 when I got the Sleep record, it was just a rock and roll record that reminded me of Sabbath. Nobody knew what stoner rock even was.
No.
And we knew about these guys called Caius, that they had kind of a sound that we liked. Well, I liked at least, and he didn't know anything about this.
Nothing,
because he came from that genre and had a background in thrash metal and stuff like that. So he was like, "What?" When he came into the first rehearsal, and we said that, okay, we're going to play this riff that's called Falling Stone for you. And we started to play it, and oh no, you got to slow down on the drums because he's like that straight off the bat. And I was like, no. If you half that, he was like, half that?
Is that possible?
Even slower than this?
Yeah.
I says, yeah, you got to do that. I was like, okay, yeah, tumbled away, and it took him a year, maybe less. Then he figured out, well, this is kind of cool because I'm getting older, and I can remember pretty easy. And I can have a good time doing this, not getting exhausted. But when he goes live, it's like all over the fucking place anyway. So, but yeah, he kind of got drawn into it pretty quickly. And nowadays he's coming to ship to me, you know. So,
well, the thing is that it kind of opened up my eyes to a new genre, right? So it got me to figure out a whole new music style, a whole new, like a lot of new bands and a lot of new ways to do stuff, ways to think of. I didn't know they actually existed. So it was kind of a, not to sound pretentious or something, but it's like a musical gift thing, right? So I didn't know anything. As you said, it was Slayer, Megadeth, Sepultura, and stuff like that I was listening to, and Iron Maiden, right? And
Metallica.
Metallica, and then this thing came on, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not sweating. Well,
you are sweating,
okay. Sweating,
but it's a fun style of playing because I get much more room to just do more groovy stuff instead of pling 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 all the time, right? So. Right. It was great.
But we didn't know that we did something special at all because we just came together on Sundays to jam, and these songs came out of it. And we do not call ourselves stoner rock band. We call ourselves a hard rock band. And that we've been embracing this is the scene is just amazing because there's so many talented people here, and we made a lot of friends, and we can't complain about that. But in our mind, we're not nothing else but a hard rock band. But I think these days, if you play hard rock in a certain tune or within that scene, that stoner rock scene, so it's kind of getting watered out. Maybe, I don't know.
It's had a real like boom in the last handful of years now for sure. But that's why I asked, because you've been around for at least long enough to see when it wasn't booming, and there were bands like Caius and stuff like that were already out, but it wasn't its own thing. It wasn't this big underground scene. It was kind of like this half of a scene that was kind of happening.
Yeah, that's true.
And what kind of bands were you guys playing with? What kind of shows did you play then, if there weren't many around?
Well, we played shows on our own pretty much. We just took the car and drove around to places that wanted to hear us. And we kind of steadily grew a little bit of following. And we figured out, okay, maybe we should make a record. We made a record. And we got signed straight away with that. And it was like, okay, people want this. And so we just took the car and drove around and played whatever they wanted to listen to us. And we got lucky enough to get noticed in this scene that we kind of been embraced in now. So we were like, okay, maybe we belong here. I don't know. So we kind of went with that, and here we are. And I think that's a good thing, because we made a lot of friends, made a lot of, discovered a lot of good bands. It's been good.
You mentioned
Answer your question, but that's what I have to say about that.
No, I think you answered the question for sure. I was just curious what it looked like back then, because like I said, I wasn't into it. I barely knew it existed.
Because
my feeling about it was that when we came to the places we were playing, people didn't know what we were doing, and they were like, okay, do we like this, or what is this, right? We were playing slow songs, really heavy, long songs, right? And
long jam sessions.
We had like
solos.
just started jamming on stage in the middle of a song, right? And that's, people were used to, like, okay, they play a song for 3.5 minutes, and then there's a next song, and then they talk between the songs, and we were like, let's play 3 songs
and not
talk, because people are not here to hear you talk, they're here to hear music. And so let's play 3 songs in a row, and then say something stupid, and then do the rest of the, and people they were like 2 people in the show, right? Standing and watching us, and then it grew up to be like, it grew and it grew, and people were like, yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So, I'm talking about Norway right now. So Norway, there's almost nothing.
There is a scene, but it's very small.
It's really, really small. So they don't no. So you have
on
to
top
go.
of it, like you have a band like Caius that's from the desert playing desert rock. Their whole like image is desert.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys are not in the desert, and you're singing about like sci-fi. So it was probably a whole nother level of like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So they didn't take it very well. So, but when we went outside, like other countries, they took us right to their hearts right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. But I mean, why should we sing about fucking deserts and shit when all we got is mountains?
Mountain and snow
and wind.
and wind.
Yeah.
Right.
So and you got the black metal guys singing about the forests and the mountains. So we figured, well, there's only the sci-fi left.
The final frontier.
Yeah.
Well, it worked. So So I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too.
So speaking of Caius, I guess, you guys have done some cover songs that I wanted to ask you about. I know you guys did Green Machine, you did Cocaine, you did Paranoid, and I don't know that it's out yet. You just recorded an AC/DC cover song. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that out yet?
No, it's not out yet.
And I just wanted to ask you about your opinion on cover songs and how you guys approach it, because there's bands that do a cover song and it sounds like the original, and I wonder why they even tried it at all. And then there's bands like yours that cover it and you make it your own, and it very much sounds like a Kal-El song. And I think that's the only way to do it. If you're going to do it, you might as well change it, because I could just listen to the original, right? Yeah. And listening to what you did to Paranoid or Green Machine is impressive, and I think that's the coolest way to do cover songs. So is that something you guys are super into or inspired by? Does it help your writer's block? What is it about those cover songs that you find so interesting, and how come you do them so well?
I really don't know the full answer to that. The reason why we picked those songs is also something a bit of vague to me, but I mean, Green Machine kind of came up because we needed an extra song for a show.
Yeah.
And the bass player at that time, he had been listening to these songs, these different bands that I pointed out on Spotify, just to give him a feel of what kind of sound we were going for. And he said that why don't we do that? That's a good up-tempo kind of song. And we did that. But then a guy called Tangy Sizzler came to us and said that, why don't you have that? Try something different. And we were like, okay, let's try it. And we went to the rehearsal room and tried it out and was like, fuck yeah, this is really working. So we did that, and we kind of recorded it just for fun, but it came out pretty good. So we decided to put it out on the record, because at that point we didn't have any single deals, so we couldn't put it on the side. So we had to put it on the record to even get it out there. And I'm lucky we did that, because that kind of opened a few doors, if you like, for us, that we did that. And the Cocaine one was, when we're touring the US, we're told that on one day off, we were supposed to go to a guy in a desert called Cody from
Basilia. No.
Yeah.
California?
Not Slow Season, but I can't remember the band. Anyways, so we said, okay, we need to have something at least, because we no point in recording an already recorded song, and we didn't have anything new really to use. So I said, why don't we pick a strange fucking song and try to make it heavy? So me and him decided on Try Cocaine, and brought it here, and we had like 10 seconds of that riff when we went to the States. So we came back home and recorded it. Yeah, and the rest is just pure.
I think many times when we take a cover song, it's just a feeling that someone had when they, I don't know, in their headset, and there was like, and that song came up, and it was like, oh, that would be cool if this song went like this and this. It would be cool to try it out. And and the person, whichever it is, tells us he has the idea. Why don't we just do it like this, like Paranoid? Let's do Paranoid, but really the heaviest way we could ever do Paranoid, and just do it. It just, if we get hate, we get hate. I don't care. I just want to try it out, and we did, and it was a spontaneous thing in the studio, and we did it, and it turned out really good.
Yeah.
It just sometimes it just feels great
right
to do a cover song, because it's we've grown up on these songs, right? So why not do some respect to the songs, but we, as you said, don't do it like the radio version, because then you can just listen to the original song, right?
Might as well.
Just figure out if you were doing the song for the first time, you were making the song. Think of it like that.
Yeah,
right?
and try to play it like it's
play
your
like
own.
This is you came up with the riffs.
Yeah. And also
the other thing is that it's one thing to take a song that's already not heavy, a song that's a pop song or a lighter song or a softer rock song, and make it heavy. That can be easy.
Yeah.
But you're taking songs that are already heavy. You're taking Paranoid and Green Machine, and these songs are already heavy, and you still made them your own, which I think is even more impressive than taking a Britney Spears song or something and making it heavy. That's it can't be that difficult.
Singing Britney Spears, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We had a Black Sabbath tribute in 2019. And after that, when we found out that we were going to do Paranoid, we were like, we're not going to play it like we did on that show.
Yeah, that was a tribute, because that was how the original song.
So it's like, well, I'm not going to play it on the guitar like we did there. So one funny thing is that we changed up some of the beat, and also the licks were also different. We had the da-da-da-da going through the entire verse, right? So on the wah pedal. So it's like small things you can do, just make it your own, like instead of like trying to copy
but still
the original
respect.
With respect, of course.
And it was just an idea that we were supposed to use 10 minutes on, just so I can get that out of my head. But everybody was like, wow, that was cool, and we just did it. And when we decided to actually record it, because we had some spare time in the studio, so we said, oh well, fuck, let's just do this, just to have it down. And he was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. We're gonna get all the on our necks.
We're gonna get shit for it.
And it's been pretty positive actually.
Yeah.
We do.
What's the AC/DC song that you did?
Oh, a long way,
And when's that supposed to come out?
long way to the top. Yeah. So, but that song,
December or November.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
November, December. But that song was given to us, and so
We had
want
3
to-
choices, and
Yeah.
we went with that one because that's the one that we figured out AC/DC never played live. So we wanted to do a song that maybe.
Well, they played it live, or well, they
playback
did it
live.
playback live in the 70s when it came out on a TV show or something, but they never played it live. So so we thought that's a good song.
Was there any that I missed? I said, Green Machine, Cocaine, AC/DC, Paranoid. Was there? Have you done any other ones?
Oh, Hole in the Sky.
Oh, I
Yeah,
should check
we
that one
found
out.
out.
I don't know if I heard that one.
Way back in the day when
Yeah,
we started off.
true.
I forgot that.
Yeah, we did Hole in the Sky.
Cool.
That-
That also is slightly different from the
Yeah.
original.
That
It
was-
got nominated for the best cover song on the radio station.
On national radio.
Yeah.
But
That's
that
awesome.
was just for fun. It's a fun song to play. So you just because
We
we
used to-
didn't do anything with the beat. We just
No.
played it.
Because we used to finish shows with it for a while, and kind of grew on us, and we just wanted to capture it. I guess we never played it since, really.
No, because it's in drop D.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, true.
So
I remember,
you have to sing your balls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked on Instagram if anyone had any questions for you. So I have a couple Instagram follower questions. If you want to take
Cool,
those.
sure.
So the first one is from the King's Pistol, which you're actually label mates with. On Netflix. When are you heading to the UK?
Oh,
Whenever we're allowed to,
yeah.
really.
I heard that you're not allowed entry into the UK if you have 2 different vaccines, and most of us in Norway get 1 Pfizer and 1 Moderna. So unless Boris changes his mind, there's no.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while,
Well,
unfortunately.
I can go and he can go, but you can't.
No,
Yeah.
I have to stay back.
That fucking rules, man.
So
They
that's
change
Too
every
many
fucking
rules right
so
now.
we
Yeah.
never know.
But
What
I
to
think
expect.
that we should probably,
Next
something
year.
can happen next year.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay.
But they left the EU, so it's getting hard to get in.
Yeah, we have to probably have work visas and shit like that. So
That's what she said.
yeah,
Sorry. I have to.
To that point, what about the US? Do you have any plans to come to the US?
We did
I'm
have
in the Midwest. I'm in Illinois, so I don't know how often you come to Chicago or anything around here, but
we were talking about doing a northeast tour next time because we did the West Coast last time. So Chicago might be on that list, but it has to be the COVID situation has to be brought down a bit because we cannot have 10 days of quarantine when we come back home.
right.
Quarantine, sorry. And obviously,
No, we don't need that anymore because we have
no.
full vaccinated.
okay.
All right.
Yep. So we can go home. And
We are actually talking to
Yeah.
somebody to get something done next fall.
Cool.
So we might see you live, face to
Right on.
face.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The next question was from the Vessel Project, which I think is a band out of Australia, I think. Why the name? And has something to do with Superman, right? So why the name and what's the story behind it?
Well, the story behind it is pretty easy. It's Hebrew for Star Child or the voice of God. So it's got nothing to do with Superman whatsoever.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
People assume that, but and that's fair enough because
And I didn't even know that until like a week ago. I was actually playing your new record in the car, and I had a friend go, "That's Superman's name," and I was like, "I don't read comic books, so
Yeah.
I didn't even know that." So now to
Yeah.
find out a week later that that's not even why is interesting.
well, it blends into the sci-fi deal with the Star Child thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right. This one, they just wanted me to ask you about the T-shirt in Maastricht.
Sorry?
Oh shit.
Oh, all right. Yeah. You
Who
can
wants to
answer.
tell this? Who wants to tell this story?
Let's just say that when you're on tour, you do despicable things, and to pay for those despicable things, I had to
You may
give
lose a
away.
T-shirt.
I had to give away my T-shirt.
Oh man.
No more detail. No more details than that.
No,
Well, you know what they say. What happens on the tour stays on the tour. But obviously something's been leaking out
Yeah.
here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna get shit for this, but okay.
T-shirt slot.
You can edit. You can cut that out. Right?
Please don't.
So those are the questions that I got from Instagram.
Yeah.
But I do have this game at the end here that I like to do. I just call it the Fuzz Round. I don't know if you've looked at Slightly Fuzzed on Instagram at all, but I just make goofy album covers. Let me show you one as an example. So
Pussy Slayer. Jesus.
that's the first one I did.
Well, this just slides right into your T-shirt.
I did that one. We forgot to sacrifice.
That's a funny one.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up 10 photos that I want to use for an album cover, one at a time, and I want you guys to come up with the funny album cover title.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
First one. These are all space related, by the way. I made a special round just for you guys.
I said left on the left junction.
Did you forget the blue milk?
Shit, I left my T-shirt back in Epsilon 601.
Yes.
Fresh out of T-shirt.
A fresh out of T-shirt, man. Or who farted?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, this is nice.
I think they have drinks in their hands also. I think they're drinking.
Yeah.
Right there.
Is that a Smirnoff or something? Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's like it gives you wing. No, that's a Red Bull thing.
Red Bull.
Yeah. Spaced out.
Spaced out.
Spaced
Yeah.
out. That was good.
Yeah. God damn it. Look at that.
Use this one and you'll smile.
No, how about I enter you?
I enter you.
There's another drinking one, actually.
Oh, yeah. After this, I show you my galaxy.
How about my black hole?
Oh, my black hole, yeah. You look like a leprechaun. The hell
Space
is this?
puppets.
That's just...
Is this real or did you mash this up?
No, this is real. This was an ad for something. I don't know.
Is it?
Andy Astronaut and Wendy Martian. Space puppets. Those are cool. I want those.
They were awesome.
Looks like the... what's it called here in Norway with the
Suck-
Pumpelpilt?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah. I don't have any smart thing to say here. But
Come play with me.
yeah, come yeah, put your hand in me.
There we go.
That's a nice radioactive.
Yeah.
planet.
Look, boys and girls, this is how you blow up stuff.
Do you like the nuclear winter so far, boys?
Nuclear winter. Yeah, nuclear winter. Oh yeah. You get a ray gun. You get a ray gun.
Mom, I vaporized the dog.
But his teeth are white.
Drop your gun bell, boy.
Looking manicured with them. Oh, sorry. No, you can't say that.
She looks manicured in them jeans, boy.
Show me your meat? No. No.
This is too good.
This is. And we have to do this. Oh, look. Angry spaceman.
This is called fuck you.
Yeah, the fuck.
Space brats.
Yeah.
Space Brat. Yeah. All right, last one.
Holy fuck.
Oh, look at this.
Where in the hell did
Look
you get
at
that?
this.
Oh,
Oh
This,
my God.
yeah.
This is even worse
Yeah.
than a t-shirt. Oh, that's cool.
This
That's the
band,
good old days, man. That's the Brady Bunch right there. Good love and Christians, all of them.
this band should actually be called Nobody Loved Me. Yeah.
This is you over here on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, sure
Yeah.
is.
The long hair makes you look like you're gonna murder somebody.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was the intention. It was,
Yeah.
full makeup and everything back then. You know?
I love it.
So these guys are either dead or in jail, or
The thing is that we do not look better
no, we don't.
today.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
Oh yeah, this was serious shit. That was heavy metal, like
Yeah.
everything.
It's kind of weird that we figured out that this was the look that we were going for.
Which band was this?
That's
Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Hellhole,
Yeah.
yeah.
Despo was after, right?
and you have a band called
Okay.
Hellhole. Then you know you
Nice.
yeah.
Where the fuck did you take out that? Jesus
Internet,
Christ.
baby.
Yeah. Internet's got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got for you.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me and talking about the new album and lots of other stuff. And I'm a huge fan. I love the new album. Thank you so much for hanging out for me for a little bit. Is there anything else that you want to plug or mention or anything else before we sign off?
Support your local scene, boys and girls. It's now or never, because everybody hurts, and we need to step up. And if a band comes around, go look at them, pay some money for some t-shirts, hang out, and listen to what they have to say.
Yeah, I think that's important because it has never been a more important time to support your local bands at this time right now, because there's no gigs, there's no venues anywhere, nothing, and now when everything is opening up, go out and see them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing to do.
I bet a lot of bands are gonna come with new songs and new material, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. So I can't wait until we can go out and check out bands again.
It's going to be a couple of good years ahead.
Yeah, next year is going to be a lot of bands. I think a lot of new records coming out next year. I think.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope everyone was in the studio during this time. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
That's why we made our record.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
couldn't tour, so let's
Yeah,
go.
let's
Might as well.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yeah. Appreciate you having us. So,
Yeah, it's been
Thanks for your
fun.
time.
It's been fun.
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much. All right. We'll talk later.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Till later.
Bye.
Don't get shit-faced.